And welcome to my final review in the Marvel Legends ToyBiz Sentinel Series line of action figure reviews. Finally, we get to the Build-A-Figure Sentinel. Now, if it's not obvious who Sentinel is, then I'll point it out to you. The one in the background is an example that I bought off of eBay, and the one in the foreground right here, standing next to Spider-Man and Black Panther, is the one that I built using the pieces I got along with the 7 action figures that I did review prior to this review. What more can I say than the Sentinel Build-A-Figure is totally awesome, to use a phrase from the 80s. Just really cool. As you can see, he towers over all the other 7 figures in the Sentinel Series line. He stands 16 inches tall. And the detail in the paint, in the molding, is absolutely fantastic. I would go so far to say as on the level of being almost a custom figure, because the paint is so detailed, the molding is so detailed. It's got articulation just like you have in the smaller 8-inch figures. So without any more talking, let's go on and look at the articulation. So I'll review the one that I put together using the 7 figures in the Sentinel Series line. Starting from the head, you do get a slight rotation of the head. You're really limited by the collar guard here, which is fine. And you can kind of move his head up and down like that, but it's really very slight. You have these soft rubbery type of shoulder armor, and look at the detail they even put in the shoulder armor. You can see there's like scratches, and there's flaking off of the paint to show the silver beneath there, kind of like battle damage. It's got that effect on both sides and both shoulder armors. You've got the rotation in the shoulders like that. The shoulder can go out like that. You've got a swivel at the upper arm, as you can see there. That's where you connect the joint to the main body. You do get a double joint. It's hard to see, but there actually is 2 joints, one joint there and one joint there. And it's on a ratcheting joint, so listen to that. Very cool. The wrist is very articulate. It can actually rotate, which is more than a lot of these 7 figures could do if you watch the review. It actually can go back and forth like this. And if that wasn't enough for you, you've got the articulated all 5 fingers, not just the 4 fingers like in Spider-Man or some of the Mr. Sinister. You get all these fingers articulated. Very awesome, very cool. You get the coils that come out of the hand. These have like bendable metal inside of the plastic that allow you to bend these into the shape you so desire. Articulation in the ab section. You got rotation like this, side to side, a little bit like that as well. You do have waist articulation, as you can see. You do have hip / leg articulation. Leg can go forward like that just a little bit, not too much, and not really back so much, to the side like that, which really doesn't bother me because this guy needs just to stand straight up. He doesn't need to be doing any fancy knee kicks or high kicks or back kicks. Now articulation in the upper thigh area, as you can see. You got a double jointed knee. And let's see if I can do that. It's a ratcheting double jointed knee. There's actually a joint there and a joint right there. And finally, you get a very slight ankle articulation. Really, all you can do is move the ankle like this with your hand, and just a little bit back and forth. Very slight. But you really want to keep this guy on flat footing, because he is. If he gets into a certain position, he will topple over. So let's go ahead and straighten him out here so he does not topple over. So that's articulation. But looking at the paint, I have to say, like I was saying before, just look at the quality of the paint. I mean, this is like custom work that you expect to see from, you know, custom action figure customizers. I mean, it's freaking awesome. What can I say? Look at the detail in the conduits running through the body. You've got you know, his ab section here detailed to the max with conduits and wiring. Same thing in the shoulder section. Same thing in the arm. Same thing. Look at this in the leg. If you look back here, it's a little easier to see. Look at all that conduit going down there. Oh, this is just like freaking awesome. You got the conduits there. There's the ratcheting joints, and you can kind of see a little bit of the conduits right there. Fantastic, fantastic. Nice design in the back here. It's not a solid color. You got like a, you know, you got the mix of metallic blue, metallic purple. And one thing I noticed when I compared this figure, which I got from, you know, from the individual figure sets, with the one I got off eBay, it's actually painted slightly different. If you take a look at the chest area particularly, the one on your right is the one that I built out of the Build-A-Figure set. This is the one I got off eBay. Taking a look at this one as compared to this one, you can see there's different different paint applications. Looks like this one almost like it's more, and I'm sure they probably didn't mean to do it, but maybe that's just the process of painting it, but it looks like it's more battle damage. So there is unique even paint applications within between two figures. So absolutely phenomenal. This is the one Build-A-Figure I wanted to get a second one of, obviously for obvious reasons. You got two 16-inch articulated figures. I mean, what more can I really ask for? Is there anything, you know, what's the downside of this? I really can't tell you. It's just very, very cool, very, very awesome. And I guess to kind of sum up the whole Sentinel series, of course, it's absolutely worth getting the Sentinel Build-A-Figure. But I was actually surprised in a lot of cases that I found that some of the figures were better than I thought, and some were not as exciting as I thought. Like Angel, for example. I really wasn't too excited about him, but once I took him out of packaging, I actually kind of liked him. So overall, the line is pretty strong. Like I say, I don't really care for the Cyclops the version of Cyclops rather that they included in the Sentinel series. Even though I did like Angel more than I thought, I would have liked to see the Archangel version of himself. But other than that, not too many other complaints. Oh, well, the other thing would be Mystique's. Mystique looks pretty good, but her joints are not so good. They're weak. She's got some issues with her joints. And you can watch that review certainly to get more details on that. But overall, if I had to give the whole wave a score, gosh, 8.5 at least. You know, it's not a 9 or a 9.5 or a 10 because there's a couple figures that I think are kind of weak. But at the end of it all, you get this guy. You get to put him together yourself. Really cool. Pricing, as far as, let's say you don't want to get the figures, but you want to get the Build-A-Figure, which is what I originally did with that guy back there. I got it off an auction off of eBay for around $50, and that's roughly what you're going to pay at an auction. You can try to buy the pieces individually. People do sell the arm, the torso separately, but you're going to pay more because especially if it's like from different sellers, because you got to pay shipping each time. I would try to find a complete, good condition Build-A-Figure Sentinel for around $50. I wouldn't pay too much more than that. But for me, I decided I wanted to go ahead and review the whole line of Sentinel Series figures, so I decided to get all these 7 individual figures in box and then review and put together the Sentinel at the end. Alright, once again, thank you everyone who has watched these reviews. I don't foresee doing too many more action figure reviews. Every now and then I'll do some, like with the new Iron Man 2 movie coming out. I've already done some of those action figure reviews. But like I said before, I'll be going back to mostly Transformers, Gundam, some random reviews, and some bargain basement dollar store find reviews. So that's to look forward to. Thank you for watching, everyone. This is Like It's 1985. See ya.